There we go.
Wait a
It's
minute.
Mr. Met,
It's
Mr. Met,
Tuesday
New York
morning.
Vinnie.
What's going on?
Well, we weren't here yesterday because we had a medical emergency. The Mets were in Los Angeles, and we decided to take the day off to err on the side of caution within the margin of error.
Yes, we want to be within the margin of error. We definitely don't want to be out of the margin of error. So yes, I had to run to the hospital, to the doctor yesterday morning, um,
He gave you a clean
quickly
bill of
and
health, though.
unexpectedly. So by the time I got done, we couldn't uh, we couldn't do the show yesterday. So we decided to treat, instead of just leaving you hanging here in
We had the
the
Mets and the Mets met the Jets, and we can't let that go. We just can't let it
right,
go.
with the Mets, the Jet. Yeah, we couldn't let all of that go. The whole baseball happenings and everything else that's going on in the world. We just can't let that stuff go. So here we are. It's by the way, if you don't know who we are, if you're like looking at your Pertuta on
On a
on a
Tuesday.
Tuesday morning, going, what the hell is this? He's Michael Knight. I'm New York Vinnie. We have been working together for years and years and years, too many that we even want to remember. But
Too many to
we
count.
enhance your computer, your radio, and wherever else you may get us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10:10 to whenever we pull a switch, pull a plug.
You can leave
So,
Instagram and go to Facebook and see if the picture's better. I don't know where
yeah,
the pictures is. The picture might be better on YouTube.
yeah. And we don't know where, but we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on all the social media channels. Buzz and Scuzz and Slip and Flip and whatever Instagram, whatever
We're on. Next year, we're
we're
going to
on
be on
X.
BiffJiggerman.com. January 2025, we joined BiffJiggerman.com.
Yeah, we don't want to be on X, but we're on X. Um, Believe me, it hurts to be on the same platform with Elon Musk. Although I got to say, I got to give credit where credit is due. Um, what did you see the rocket coming back and go
It's the
into
one
that
that's not coming
holster?
back. Yeah, it's the one that's not coming back that I'm interested in. The Falcon Heavy took off yesterday on 1.8 billion miles to the moon of Jupiter, Europa. They got water there. They're going to find out. Europa's got more water on it than all the oceans of the Earth times two. And it's a moon, and it's frozen over. So the water's underneath the ice, and they think if they can get close enough to take pictures, they can determine if the building blocks of life exist in the water that's under the ice that's on Europa, which is a moon of Jupiter, which is 1.8 billion miles from Earth.
Are we going to be alive when that thing gets to Europa?
It'll be there in 2030. It only takes 5 years to go 1.8 billion miles, but you got to drive like hell to get there.
Yeah, I was
You
going to
really
say
got to. You got to go like a mother.
you got to look out for those the Martian cops being the speed trap.
Well, yeah, they hide behind Mars. They don't
Yeah, they
let you
hide
know they're
behind
there.
Mars. All of a sudden, you're flying by at 80 million miles an hour, and the next thing you know, boom,
There's
you're
that big
getting pulled
sign that
over.
says it says "Slow down, asteroid belt," and nobody ever pays attention to that sign. And there's no
Well,
frontage roads until you get right to Europa. Europa's got nice frontage roads.
they felt bad because Van Allen, when he discovered the asteroid belt, or the radiation belt there, he left some people in the dust, and the people that got left in the dust don't like it, and their friends who are alive today are upset about it. So they want to
They hate
change
it.
the Van Allen belt to the indigenous asteroids belt.
Columbus never got that far, but that's where he was going. He took a wrong turn. There was this ocean thing, and he never got there.
Well, considering that most of the people thought that when you got to the end of the ocean, you fell off in those days, um, which there's a considerable number of people that believe that now,
It's
maybe more
true.
than
In
it really
fact,
should be.
there's a cure for that, and I got it in the mail the other day. Let me show you.
Yeah, Jersey Boy 65 said that it's the chops.
I couldn't hear you. Here it is. It's a vote. Oh, that's in Spanish. Here it is in English. Supplemental voter guide. I'm ready to vote. My ballot is in the house. Oh, you're frozen. Oh no. Do I have to restart my computer to come and get you? I'll give you 5 seconds. Vinny's got a sneer on his face. It's not going anywhere. All right, I will rejoin you. Here I am.
Are you there?
I'm here.
All right. I was calling you for 2 minutes and then it went belly up again. All right. I think we got us back. I don't know. We lost all our listeners. This really, I don't know which internet this is or what it is, or if it's this thing, the StreamYard thing or what, but it really gets annoying.
Yeah,
and
that's
really
frustrating.
On the realm of what I pay for this service every month, it's just fucking ridiculous, actually.
Actually, think about how many times it goes down on CNN every day.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about CNN. I'm worried about NYV. And all right, hang on a second. Anyway,
so we got hit hard by the patuter, by the webs of the internet, the tubes of
yeah,
the
but
internet.
we're back. Yeah, I think we're back.
Last thing we did was I was reaching over to the couch to get my supplemental voter guide from the city of Pasadena because my ballot came and we're ready to vote. You know how many people have voted already in America?
I know a large amount.
5.2 million people have already voted.
Well, and listen, it comes down to a simple thing. If you don't vote, don't complain.
Not a word. I don't want to hear a word from those people.
It's yours. Well, if you don't vote, and I mean this works both ways. If you don't vote, then you know the country is screwed one way or the other. Because if you think like President Slapdick and you believe in his ideals, if you don't vote, then he's going to lose. If you believe in what Kamala Harris believes in and you don't vote, she's going to lose. Or if you vote for Jill Stein, she's going to lose. Kamala's going to lose. So, you have to take this serious.
What does Jill Stein do? She doesn't campaign. What does she do?
She lives to spoil the whole thing. I mean, that's all I can think of.
Is it possible she's kidding? She could be a kidder. There's a lot of kidders around. She could.
Well, yeah, we had one kidder already on a Republican ticket. Maybe we have two. Maybe they're all kidders. Who knows? But in a race like this, and again, you go back to over the past how many elections did that third-party candidate from back to Ross Perot make a difference?
The consumer advocate, what was his name? The guy who
Ralph Nader.
Thank you, Ralph Nader fucked him up.
Yeah, he kept go out of office. If Clinton had the votes, if Hillary had the, I forget that when you say Clinton, you have to go with the two of them. But if Clinton had the votes that were taken away by Ralph Nader, she'd be president.
Not to mention James Comey.
In those particular states where people, voted because they were pissed off at Clinton, so they didn't want to vote for Trump, so they voted for Nader. So it's ridiculous. I mean, I know it should be a system where we have as many people out there as want to run for president, but the fact of the matter is, you don't.
Well, look at Israel. They got 20 parties and it doesn't work. They have too many parties to form a government, so they have to they stay together and do terrible things to keep their power, and that's a negative. That's a terrible, dark negative.
And we've gotten to that point. We're at that point. We are at the point where we have a party that will do terrible things, and probably both parties. I mean, I'm not going to lay it all at the hands of the Republicans, although they seem to go bigger with their dirty tricks. But
and their filthy promises.
Yeah, I don't think that the Democrats are innocent either. So I mean, the Democrats, if you remember, in 2020, were paying were contributing to certain Republican candidates' campaigns to so that they would get elected because they were weak Trump candidates. So I mean, it rubs both ways. But
Yeah,
in
but
this instance,
you can't be equal by saying, when I get elected, I'm going to turn the army on my political enemies, and the Democrats might do the same. Democrats maybe will do something awful. Democrats could be just as evil. The Democrats might be that bad. That's not an equation. That's not equal. That's not
I'm
that
not
that.
saying it's equation, Michael. I'm saying that both parties do crappy things. It's politics. It's a crappy game, and both parties will do what they can. It's just that the Republicans have done things that they can that people haven't done before. And Republicans have stood up and lied.
Every day. Oh dear.
I just watched something at, on CNN where they had Trump in the Chicago Economic Club or whatever. And I don't know what these things are, these economic clubs, but it seems like he can freely go up there and lie about stuff that's going
That's
on.
why they pay his honorarium. Come in, tell us stories, and then we'll have milk and cookies and take a nap.
Yeah, and so he's talking about the auto industry, which I happen to know a little bit about.
Too bad
And
Donald Trump doesn't know
how he
anything
has a
about it.
friend that builds auto plants, and his friend told him this, and his friend told him that. You know, the guy never stands up with facts. The guy never stands up with a piece of paper that says, this is what we found because we went to these sources and this is what it is. He stands up and says, a friend of mine told me. That's
People
like
are
the
tough.
guy at the end of the bar telling you, oh, a friend of mine told me the cops are going to be
Uh-oh.
on
Uh-oh.
bullshit. And it's and I
You're
grow
back.
increasingly
Yep, you're gone. No, brother. We just can't get it up today.
yeah,
Well, we went down twice before we went down for real.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just for whatever reason it's not working. I gotta figure out what's going on here with
It's
this.
not your fault, but nice try anyway.
No, I know. It's just I pay out the nose for this service and these services, and I can't put a show on the air. It kind of pisses me off. But anyway, all right. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning.
Okay, Vin. Thank
All
you.
right, man. Take care. All right. As I said, we're having technical difficulties. My backup internet isn't it doesn't seem to be working as well. So we've kind of been playing with it for a half hour here, and it doesn't seem to be working. Mikey is gone, and you'll have me for a couple of seconds here. And listen, the only thing I can tell you is this: that we'll try to get it fixed, and we'll join you tomorrow morning. I'm sorry we tried to do an extra show for you this week, but for whatever reason, it's just not working. Maybe the gods of godness don't want us to be on the air this morning. I don't know. I certainly lose sleep at night trying to figure out the internet and how to make it work right. So anyway, please go to our Facebook page or our page on X. NY Vinnie is where you can find us. We will get you up to date on things. I'll leave a few stories up there for you to look at and to study, give you some homework, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning at 10:10 as Mikey and I try to once again bring you Mikey and Vinnie Take On the World. This morning we can't take on anybody, so we regroup, and like the New York Mets, we bounce back because that's what we do. We bounce back, and we're tailored to people who bounce back. All right. Thank you very much for trying to listen to us this morning. Again, I apologize for just the horrific internet that we're experiencing here. And hopefully we will get things straightened out tomorrow and present to you a show worthy of broadcast standards. Okay? All right. The Lord's willing and the creek don't rise. That will all happen tomorrow. Peace, love, and Manischewitz, baby. What a wine. All right. Take care.